Hey there, I'm Jenn HERMAN, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to get you more engagement on your Instagram photos. We're not talking videos specifically, we're not talking Instagram stories specifically. I'm talking about photos in the feed. Now, there's a lot of different things you can do to get people's attention and to drive up engagement. I'm going to give you some very general ideas and tips that can help in driving some of that engagement. The first thing I want you to be aware of is that people are scrolling through the feed relatively quickly. And in doing so, they're moving like this, and you have to catch their eye. You have to get them to slow the scroll enough to recognize and interact with your content. How are we going to do that? It has to stand out. Things that stand out, maybe bold colors, something that really catches their attention. Something where there is a drastic shift in color. So a very simple background and something that's popping out against that background. I've seen where people have a single item against a completely bright colored wall, like maybe a purple or a pink wall, and then the item just stands out as a giant pop against that. You want to do something where there is a minimal background if possible. So either blurred out the background or something simple like what you see behind me where there isn't a lot of distraction. If it's a very busy, lots going on type photo, people can't focus on one thing and they get distracted. They're not likely to stop and interact as much. So a clear focal point. Tied to this, long linear lines in your photos can help because it draws their vision to a focal point within that image. So that can be really helpful. Rather than just taking the photo and normally, maybe get down low, close to the countertop or close to the floor or close to a railing where you can now have that long linear line trail through your image. Another thing you can do, human beings. People connect with people. When you can put a human in your video, that helps as well. So it doesn't have to be a smiling face, it doesn't have to be a selfie, but it can be a hand holding that product. It can be a photo over the shoulder. We see the back of their head. It can be just their feet sitting in a chair. Whatever it is, then when you add a human component to your images, you will usually see more engagement. Related to that, anything cute and adorable. Puppies, babies, animals, everybody loves them. And they throw engagement all the way up. Now, I'm not saying to go crazy and just start stuffing photos of animals into your strategy, but if there's a way that you can incorporate cute, fun animals, babies, any of that sort of stuff, it can really help keep the engagement up on some of that content for you. Additionally, one of my favorite colors, the color blue. I'm wearing blue. I got blue all around me. I also love pink. We all know that. But blue is my brand color, and blue generates typically 20 to 30% more engagement on Instagram posts. So if you can add blue to your images, it could be the blue sky, it could be blue clothing, a blue prop, blue text, something that has that very bold blue color to it can help generate more engagement in your content as well. You want to look at things that are maybe detracting from your engagement. If you're putting watermarks on there, that can detract from engagement. If it's overly product-centric, that can detract from engagement. So if you have a photo where it's the product on a shelf, front and center, typically not going to get as much engagement. If you use the things we just talked about where you take that product, somebody's holding it, maybe they're wearing a blue sweater and they're in a kitchen or they're in a space that is relatable with not a lot of distractions in the background, but you can recognize the space, all of a sudden that product looks like it belongs there and it has the blue and the human components and your engagement is going to go up. So those are just some of my favorite tips that you can use to drive more engagement on your Instagram account. Do you have any special tips or tricks that you have used? I would love to hear them. Go ahead and drop a comment below this video letting me know what things you do to keep your engagement up on Instagram. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead and subscribe to this channel where I'm constantly sharing more videos related to Instagram tips and updates as well as social media updates as needed. And I will see you in the next video.